Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. This is Dear Woke Christian. Thank you so much for stopping by. You might have heard last Thursday, this U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. All they did was really say that it's no longer a nationally recognized right, constitutional right, and it's back on the states, which, by the way, is where it should have always been in the first place. There's many state rights that are being usurped by the larger federal government, but that's another story for another day. What I want to point out to you is something I've mentioned a long time ago. Critical race theory is racist by its actual design, but critical race theory by default is racist. It is a projection of somebody's ill will in their hearts against another people group. They project it out onto another people group to make themselves feel good. So an example would be if I'm projecting onto you that you are wearing a black t-shirt that says my editor special, create, edit, upload, and repeat. So I'm projecting onto you, oh man, you're wearing a black t-shirt. The YouTube content creator special t-shirt, you're wearing that t-shirt. I'm projecting onto you that you're wearing that t-shirt. Unless you're a few people, you probably don't have this t-shirt. So I'm just projecting it. And I'm vilifying you because it's actually what I'm doing. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt. Now, that's a real basic interpretation. Let me explain. Critical race theory has given voice to the ill and the wickedness that are in people's hearts at a wholesale level. What I mean by that is people who truly don't like and hate other people now are venerated, almost elevated to a sainthood, and now they're getting to say things that they would never been able to say under any other circumstances. We all know the infamous, ever-present, always a bad idea N-word. We all know it. And whether or not I disagree with the usage of it, period. I don't think it's a wise thing for people of high melanin or less melanin to use. It only creates problems. So let's go and talk about how are we bringing this with the Supreme Court and the N-word, Jason? Where are you going with that? Real simple. Clarence Thomas was one of the Supreme Court justices that gave voice to the decision that Roe v. Wade should be overturned. Well, of course, all of the wicked, evil, hateful people on the planet jumped on Twitter, and boy, did they jump on Twitter. So let's go and let's talk about it. I have to agree with Mr. Bradley here. This is Anthony Bradley, PhD, who says, I've been really shocked by the number of progressives. These are people, progressives, remind you, these are people who support critical race theory. These are people who promote critical race theory. These are people who stand by the tenets of CRT, calling Clarence Thomas the N-word because of his stance on abortion. Let's just see, well, Jason, where are you going with that? Where are you getting that from? Well, hopefully your eyes are not too sensitive. So let's, Clarence Thomas really wants to own slaves and to be able to call black people the N-word in front of white people and laugh. Coon. And please notice that the person that said this, Mr. John Cummings, is a person of less melanin. So now, because he disagrees with Clarence Thomas, he can use such a vile word to describe Clarence Thomas. And you might also remember that I've said that critical race theory gives you superpowers. It gives you the superpower to understand and to know other people's thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Because please understand, he just said that Clarence Thomas really wants to own slaves. Where did he get that from? When did slavery, when I didn't know slavery was on the docket anywhere or was on the table? Where is he getting that from? How does he know that? How does he know that Clarence Thomas wants to call black people the N-word? Please keep in mind, in most cultures in America, black people can call each other the N-word. So he's probably could do that already. So what are you talking about, sir? I don't understand. But it actually gets worse. Here we have this sage here, Mr. Jared Pacon. You mean Supreme Court Justice Uncle Tom? So we just get to do this now. Like now you just get to do this because you disagree with his politics or you disagree with his judicial ruling. You get to say certain things that you wouldn't have said under any other circumstances. Or if a conservative said it, he or she would be, never mind. It's just a waste of time. And here's the last one. And he just clearly says, Mr. Clarence Thomas is still a N-word, slave to his white nutcase wife, Jenny Thomas, and the Supreme Court is a blank mess. I can't say it any other way, but it's the truth no matter what you think. And it's Bobby, Mr. Fallacy. Bobby Falsey. Yep. So apparently you get to use now, because you disagree with a person of high melanin, you get to just call them whatever you want to. It doesn't matter what, doesn't matter. Nope, doesn't matter. So now, and these were still on Twitter as of recently. They may have taken them down already, but I got the screenshots. But like, that's the kind of stuff that is now happening. So when I say that critical race theory is racist by its default, this is what I'm talking about. That it allows people with wicked, evil hearts to, they get the superpower. They know what you're thinking. They know what your intentions are. They know your emotional state, and they can speak on it because they believe in CRT, or because they disagree with your political stance, or because they disagree with your stance on whatever it is. And please keep in mind, more babies of high melanin are aborted than babies of less melanin. So by Mr. Thomas and others fighting to do away with abortion, even at the federal level, even at the state level, at the local level, we're fighting to get rid of abortion, baby murder, to stop the process of murdering babies, to stop that process. We're actually trying to save the lives of more brown and black babies. Just think about that. Just think about that. And he's a bad person because he's trying to save the lives of more black babies and see less brown babies murdered and less white babies murdered too. Let's just be honest. Like, really? These people need prayer, and a lot of it. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Dear Woke Christian. Please feel free to check me out at dearwokechristian.com. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.